Welcome back to Psychology 650. The purpose of this video is to take a look at the individual paper dealing with the perceptions and causes of psychopathology. In this video, we're going to take a look at the assignment process, where to post your paper objectives, and then some critical points about producing papers in general. This assignment requires that you prepare a 1,050 to 1,400 word paper which you discuss the causes of psychopathology. Now remember from my frequently asked questions video, it's okay to go over 1,400 words as long as you're substantive, as long as you're covering each and every objective. So again, you can go over 1,400 words without a penalty. And then post your assignment through the assignment link. It's important that you address each and every objective, and I would also stress that it's important that you use the objectives as headings, which I'm going to demonstrate for you. The first objective is to provide a brief overview of how culture is a factor determining the expression of psychopathology. Here's how I would suggest you do your level 1 heading. You'd write a brief overview of how culture is a factor determining the expression of psychopathology. This would be centered on the page. It would be in upper and lower letters without the use of a period. And this would be double spaced. Once you're done writing, answering that particular part of the objective, I need you to support your logic with at least one peer-reviewed reference, and then insert a transition sentence as you go from this objective to the next. A transition sentence is nothing more than something like, now that we've discussed a brief overview of how culture is a factor determining the expression of psychopathology, let's now move on to, and then insert your next objective. It can be as simple as that. I really like it when you keep it simple. The next objective states, examine the causes of psychopathology by using either the biopsychosocial or diathos stress models. Here's how I would suggest you do your level 1 heading for this particular objective. And you've got two different choices based upon whether or not you're going to address the biopsychosocial model or the diathos stress model. So for example, upper and lower case letters, centered on the page, double spaced, and no period. Again, you'll need to support your logic with a peer-reviewed reference, but please use a peer-reviewed reference that you haven't already used in your paper. Each objective will need its own unique individual peer-reviewed reference. And then insert a transition sentence. Help the reader move from this subject to the next. The next objective states, explain the changes in society's perception of psychopathology as a function of historical time. So here's how I would have you write the level 1 heading. How society's perception of psychopathology has changed over time. Okay, centered on the page, upper and lower case letters, bold, without a period. Support your logic again with a unique individual peer-reviewed reference for this particular objective, and then insert a transition sentence. So that represents the objectives for this first paper, but it's important that you remember a few critical points whenever you write a paper. Always begin with a solid introductory paragraph. Give me a sentence or two that's going to grab my attention so that as a reader I know, hey, what I'm about to say is important, please read this. An introductory paragraph also gives you an opportunity to review what this paper is about. So stating the objectives of the paper in your introductory paragraph is important. It could be as simple as, in this paper I will explore, and then just list out the objectives as they're written in the syllabus. Use transition sentences, use headings, and then give me a solid concluding paragraph. Again, the concluding paragraph is nothing more than, in this paper we have discussed, and then list out all the objectives again. So the basics of a paper is this. Tell me what you're going to tell me, and then tell me what you told me. Okay? Make sure that you use APA format for all in-text references and for your reference page. And please watch spelling, grammar, and punctuation. A lot of times I get papers and it looks more like a text message than it does a master's level paper. So please be careful with that. Again, any questions about this paper or any other papers or materials for this class, please post your questions in the questions and concerns thread. And I post a unique thread for each week for questions and concerns. Please use it. If you have the question, chances are a lot of other people have the same question, and I'll help you clarify that. So then, in review, what we've looked at is the assignment process for this particular paper, where to post your paper, paper objectives, and some critical points about writing papers in general. The next video covers the learning team presentation on culture and psychopathology. Thank you.